Yo, guys, say what's up, Kyle here. I wanted to do a quick review of WWE Fast Lane from last night pay per view. Um, as a whole, I thought Fast Lane was okay. Um, I think what it accomplished and what it needed to do was set everything up for WrestleMania. I mean, it set a lot of things up for WrestleMania within that one pay per view. Um, Kind of like getting it out of the way. So then for the next 5 weeks, it could just be a straight build. So I'm just gonna quickly go over some of the things that the highlights for me, at least out of the pay per view. Um, Randy Orton made his return. It was Dolph Ziggler, Kane, and Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, and Ryback against Seth Rollins, Big Show, and Kane. Dolph Ziggler lost, and he got pinned by Kane. I just want to make this quick rant just briefly. This is what I was afraid was going to happen with Dolph Ziggler. It's like all that momentum that he had with back in Survivor Series, and him being the guy to be the sole survivor for Team Cena, and from him being the IC champ and things that he was doing back at TLC. Um, it just really sucks that Ziggler is just back to pretty much where he was. All that momentum that they invested in him doesn't mean anything. And he got pinned by Kane. Kane, of all people, didn't make sense to me. Well, anyway, they finally decided to bring Randy Orton back. So you got to figure Orton versus Rollins. That's going to be a match at WrestleMania. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro won the tag titles. Was shocked by this. I'm interested to see what they would do with this, especially with Natalia, and how Natalia and Tyson Kidd kind of have like some problems. Interested in seeing where they may go with that. But congrats, excuse me, nonetheless to Cesaro. Let's see the conversation between Sting and Triple H. This was interesting. Nothing too spectacular. Sting pointing his bat towards the WrestleMania sign. He wants Triple H at WrestleMania. He's going to get him. After this, we got the Undertaker's music hits. And I'm like, oh my God, the Undertaker's here. And I'm like, Undertaker? And we just had Sting like 15 minutes prior. I'm like, they're in the same building, but yet, they're not going to wrestle each other, obviously. But it was just kind of cool, just that thought. But come to find out, it was Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt comes out to the Undertaker's music in the casket and calls out the Undertaker. Says that he is the new face of fear, and that Undertaker is a shell of his former self, a lost soul, and he's gonna be the one to put him to rest. Loved that promo segment. I'm really excited for a Bray Wyatt Undertaker match. A lot of people, surprisingly, quite a few people are really turned off by this idea because Undertaker's streak is broken. Let's just face the fact here. If Undertaker's streak was still intact and we were at where we're at now, Undertaker still win at WrestleMania. I mean, let's be fair and let's call it. And you can say, well, no, they could have had Bray Wyatt break his streak last year or something like that, or whatever, or this year if his streak was still intact. Knowing Vinnie Mac, that wouldn't happen. Vince isn't too much of a big fan of some of the current crop of talent that we have today in WWE. Sad, but that's just the reality. So he's going to give it to a guy like a Brock Lesnar. He wouldn't give an Undertaker streak to a guy like a Bray Wyatt. So that's one fact. Two, by you eliminating, WrestleMania is no longer a factor. The streak is no longer a factor. It's now split down the middle, 50-50 chance of an Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. It's anybody's ball game. To me, that makes it a little bit more intriguing this time. And I said it before in the video that I made, that knowing WWE, they will play it out as, because Undertaker lost his streak, Bray Wyatt would be the guy to kind of like, put an end to the Undertaker, because since he lost his streak, he's not the same anymore. And they played into that last night, and I thought that was exactly what they needed to do. Continue moving forward and building this feud. I'm excited for it. I'm intrigued for it. I think it'll be a fun build, and I just can't wait to see what's going to happen next with a Bray Wyatt Undertaker feud. At least especially with the build. Um, let's see what else we have. Rusev surprisingly defeated John Cena. Cena passed out, but I mean, Rusev won. Um, Got to figure though that Cena's gonna get his come WrestleMania. So I guess Rusev should enjoy his victory while it lasts. And then last but not least, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan contender match. This match was okay. This match was okay. I'm not too sure. I'm still kind of looking back at it because I watched the match 2 times already, and I don't know if it accomplished what it needed in terms of really getting Roman Reigns ready, bumping him up to that next level. I think both men put on a good performance. Both men played into their strengths. Bryan being more of the technical wrestler of the two, Roman more of the powerhouse. But I don't know, the match was just very slow. I'm not saying the match had to go like 150 miles per hour, but it was very, very slow paced. It was like as if Bryan and Roman were trying to get a feel for one another because it seemed like their wrestling styles didn't really complement each other too well. And one thing that's always concerned me with Roman that I would have hoped he would have improved with, since he had been with the Shield, was his stamina. Roman Reigns' stamina is not the best. It really isn't. And if you have a guy like Roman Reigns whose stamina isn't too good, and he's only like 29, 30, versus a Brock Lesnar who, let's face it, his stamina ain't what it used to be either. That's something that would kind of concern me. If they're gonna push a 25, 30-minute match come WrestleMania in 5 weeks. But all in all, Roman Reigns got the clean finish, the clean victory. So hopefully it should shut up some of the naysayers and doubters. Really hoping what would they do with Daniel Bryan. I hope they don't do Bryan Sheamus. I mean, really, Vince, really. Hopefully they do something with Dolph Ziggler and Bryan like the fans want. So hopefully. But you guys let me know what you think. All in all, I thought the pay-per-view was okay. It was okay. Like I said, one thing I did like about it, the booking, the pacing of the booking, I thought was nice. I thought that they got a lot of things set and etched in stone going forward to WrestleMania. They got everything done, at least some of the major stuff, going into WrestleMania in that pay-per-view. And the crowd sucked. That crowd was terrible. But I'm not going to bash on them too much. You guys let me know what you think about WWE Fast Lane in the comment box below. Comment, subscribe. Peace.